Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. Just here to pop down our cards for the week, and I'm just going to put down a few of these black and white Faulkner deck, and probably an oracle card or two to go with them. So just have a shuffle and see what we've got coming up for this week. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So first card that we have is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is a card really of, it's almost like looking back, reminiscing. Sometimes you might be looking back at things, you know, with a little bit of rose tinted glasses on, looking back at something and thinking, actually, that was so much better than it really was. And, you know, sometimes we have that kind of nostalgia when we're looking back and everything seems to be so sort of great then. We forget all the other stuff that went with it that made it not quite so great. So in terms of a card for the day, it quite often is talking about, you know, that kind of looking back and having a little, almost like a reminisce, a look back at something and something from the past that's kind of going on. Now this is not a reminiscing or looking back at anything with any kind of rose tinted glasses on at all. But today I'm doing this on Tuesday, so this is the 9th of September. So it's sorry, the 11th of September. Sorry, I'm trying. What I'm trying to talk about is the 9/11 situation that happened back in 2001. Now obviously that's quite a long time ago now, and we're obviously not going to look back at that through any rose tinted glasses, but it's a kind of energy that when it comes back around, it brings up all of those feelings. And, you know, for most of us, I think we, you know, most people remember exactly where they were, exactly when they heard. It was such a major thing, that it's a really big thing in our energy. And it's interesting because I hadn't really thought about it until today. So it's almost like those feelings come back. It's really strange. So I kind of can get that whole feeling, you know, that whole kind of, you know, when something from the past comes back and we get that kind of rush of emotion. And I had a real kind of rush of anxiety and panic and stuff today, around about the time when I would have found out about it. So it was, which was actually as it was happening, because I worked for a big American company at the time, so it was a massive deal. You know, it was all like, we all stopped work, all the TVs were put on, so it was where I was working, it was kind of really intense what was going on. So obviously, you know what it's like if you work for an American company, and it's all to do with that kind of area. I worked in that kind of area that was affected by this horrible incident. So it kind of brought up a lot of stuff for me. So that personally makes a lot of sense, and it will make a lot of sense to a lot of people, because I think a lot of us do look back at that and think, whoa, my goodness gracious, that was awful. I mean, there are still TV programs that show about it. I don't know if there are any on today, but you know, the intensity of those emotions comes up every time I see it. So it's that kind of energy that we're looking at, you know, things from the past, stuff coming back to us, feeling those feelings again, whether they be good or whether they be bad. It's about that. So be gentle with yourself, basically, is the best energy to have when we're looking at that kind of feeling. Okay, so that's our first tarot card. So our second tarot card is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands says to us, so even though we might be spending some time this week reminiscing about good or bad things, we are now ready to move forward. So even if the past you're looking back at was beautiful and wonderful, and it really was, and we're not looking through rose-coloured glasses, but we're actually looking at the reality of how great something was, it's still the past, so it's still time to move forward. Three of Wands says you can move forward. There is progress there for you. It also talks about teamwork. It talks about working together with people, friends, colleagues, relatives, whoever, just people that are working towards like a common goal with you. So it talks about you being either helpful to somebody else or them being helpful to you. So I just have a twig of my tea. And an energy of really being able to make some progress, move forward, build some bridges. All of that kind of energy comes up when the Three of Wands is there. So, you know, if whatever you've been reminiscing about, you know, your personal stuff that's come up for you personally, you know, good or bad, it's there in the past. And now it's time to move forward. So the rest, the energy for the week is, yeah, of course, you know, we do acknowledge the past and it's all of its energies, but we are in the moment now, and we are now able to, by focusing on this moment, start to manifest what we want to go forward into the rest of the week. So quite interesting cards, actually, I would say. So yeah, I kind of feel like I'm almost kind of looking at a week where I might be doing a little bit of healing. I mean, sort of spiritual healing, not physical healing. You know, really concentrating on being able to move forward, what you need to move forward and who you need to move forward and all of that sort of energy. So that's the tarot for the week. I'm just going to put down an oracle card to go with it. I wonder if I can show you this. I wonder if I'll be allowed to, because it's quite rare that Chinook turns up these days. It's usually Merlin, but here he is. Hey Nook, having a drink? Hey baby. Saying hi to people. Say hi. No, busy having a drink. They have water bowls all over the house because I don't really like drinking water near where their food is. Apparently that's quite common in cats. I only found out about it fairly recently. I mean, over the last year. But now they have their water bowls all over the place. They really, really enjoy a drink. So, especially at the moment because it's quite muggy still. It's starting to turn a little bit autumny today, but it's still quite warm, even though it's cloudy. So let's just have a little look and see what the Gateway Oracle cards have got for us today. Okay, so this is my favourite card out of this whole deck. Okay, so this is the Looking Deeper card. It talks about you going within and really, really looking within yourself. Because within ourselves, we all have this inner knowledge, this kind of knowing what's right for us, knowing what's wrong for us, and knowing whether something is good and whether something is bad. And we lose sight of that sometimes because we get so bogged down with all sorts of other things that are going on. But what the Looking Deeper card says is, you know, take a little bit of time out for some peace. So when you have that peace, then you can start to see these like hidden gems that you have within you. So it's a real kind of, it's a deep spiritual card, really, a real hidden gems. Sometimes we can't hear our own inner guidance because of the noise. And by the noise, I mean the noise of life, doing stuff. Got to get this done, got to get that done, got to go here, got to go there, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes you need to switch that off. So whether it be meditation, just having a little quiet couple of days, you know, really kind of allowing yourself to go within and see what is there for you. Okay, so a really, really lovely bunch of cards there. Do acknowledge your past, but it is your past. The Three of Wands says it is time to move forward. So we do acknowledge, we do heal, we do pay attention. You know, we kind of don't just put our past in the past and try and lock it away. That's when we kind of do damage to ourselves, really, if we try and lock that away and we just deny that we were ever hurt or that we were ever sad or that we were ever happy. You know, it can work the other way around as well. But that said, the Three of Wands is quite clearly saying we're moving forward now, and we're going to work together to move forward. So that's the energy of the tarot, and the energy of the oracle is saying to us, don't forget to listen to what you know is right for you inside your deep knowing, your inner, in little gems of hidden knowledge that we don't always hear because we're far too busy to stop and listen. I will leave that with you for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.